Testing. I don't think they can hear us when the music is on like that. Hola, Gabriel. Oh, now she'll be able to hear us. Now they can hear us. But yeah, last time I tried to talk over the music, and it didn't really work out. So, hola, Solution.
Hola, hola.
You look so cute.
Chilly in the winter solstice time.
He's all bundled up in a
beanie.
Bundled up in a beanie. Hola, Jennifer. Oh, I'm so excited that you guys are here. It is such an exciting time. I sent you guys the card that I pulled earlier this week. I think I had posted it on social media, but I didn't share it with you guys until today. And let me see what that card is. You guys read it, but I'm going to go ahead and read it to you for the sake of those ones that don't have that in front of them. And this is from the Soul Star Chakra, and it's universal light. Did we cover what the Soul Star Chakra was? I think we covered what the one in the Earth one, that first one, the black one, was, but I don't think that we covered the Soul Star. So I'm gonna cover.
Oh, you said the Earth one?
Yeah. So I'm gonna cover the Soul Star, which is the very first one, the one that's above the crown chakra. The Soul Star Chakra vibrates to the color gold. The Soul Star Chakra is located about 6 inches above the crown chakra. It is our connection between the spiritual and physical, heaven and earth, and bridges the light of the soul into the physical body. It is where the soul or the spirit enters into the third dimension, which is the physical reality of the conscious being. It is through the soul star that we connect to the divine wisdom of the universe and open up to the spirit realms and universal love and light. It's our connection to the angelic beings and ascended masters who reside in the higher planes of existence. When our soul star is open and in balance, we receive pure and high vibrational divine guidance from the angelic realms, ascended masters, and light beings that are there to support and guide our journey. Deep soul healing occurs when this chakra is open and we experience a sense of inner peace and connectedness with the universe and all that is. It relates to angels and masters, universal light, divine wisdom, soul healing, cosmos, light beings, personal guides, creator, and source. And the card that was pulled, you have pulled this card today to remind you that you are always connected to and an extension of the powerful universal light of the cosmos. This light is what fuels your soul and gives birth to the stars. It is all wise, all knowing, all loving energy of the universe. This light is divine unconditional love at its purest. Sometimes you can feel disconnected and shut off from this light. However, in truth, you are an extension of and made up of this energy and can never be separate. This light loves, guides, and supports you at all times. You are being encouraged to focus on this divine connection to the cosmos and do what is required to deepen and awaken fully to this universal light. You may like to introduce meditation to your daily routine, attend a spiritual awakening event, take up yoga to deepen your connection. Whatever you choose, make sure to action this connection to the universal light of the cosmos. As you awaken to this unconditional love, you will feel an abundance of wisdom, support, strength, and light within you and your world. It will assist you to make clear decisions as you step towards your personal power. Your heart will expand with love as your soul heals, bringing you peace of mind and well-being in your world. This universal light This universal light of the universe loves you no matter what you have or haven't done in your life. It does not judge. It is unconditional. It understands you at the deepest level. This light is you, your pure essence. Open your heart to receive the love of universal light available to you at all times. You are an amazing, powerful being, and now it is time to believe in your light. I am a divine channel. This is the affirmation. I am a divine channel of universal light. And I'm not sure if I read this to you guys already, but see, here's the thingamajiggy. The confirmation of this card came today in the acknowledgement of what this winter solstice, December 21st, 2020 at 2 p.m., what energy is coming during this time, what this means for us. We've been preparing for this for a minute. We've been talking about who are you? Who are you believing yourself to be? What are you vibrating? Because this is what's coming. And what's happening on winter solstice is the alignment. And this is an alignment that the last time that it happened was 800 years ago. And this is the conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn. And this energy is ushering in. Well, first, let me tell you that the energy that happened in the solar eclipse, and we're still in the solar eclipse energy until the new moon. This energy is ushering in the super duper ushering in or introduction of the aquarian age, of the golden age. This energy that is, it's hard to describe because a lot of people think that when they consider the aquarian age, the golden age, they like to think that, we talk about December 21st, 2020, and that, on the 22nd, all of a sudden the world is going to be completely brand new. The world is brand new right now. We've already talked about this. The world is what you are creating right now in this moment through your vibration. That is what your future is going to consist of, is what you are vibrating right now. So it's already done. But people are going to be experiencing the very evident changes and shifts that have been manifested through this time. And a lot of people are going to be experiencing death, destruction, all of this. See, it's the old crumbling. There is a new system. It's a rebirth. We talked about that. And so now it is experiencing the process of this rebirth. So it is a process. It is not, for some people, it will be overnight. For some people, change is going to happen. What is it like that they say, like a thief in the night is going to come? And so this is going to happen for a lot of people. But the process of what this world is evolving into is a process that goes by a long time. It's taken a long time for us to come here to this space now. So what is being created, what we are building, it is going to take some time. But it all begins within us. And that's the major importance now, is that we are getting to this self-healing, that we are in this place where we can take full advantage of what this time. And I know we're in that place, because if we weren't in that place, y'all wouldn't be here right now. I'm going to go ahead and take a sip. Y'all hear me sounding all scratchy. Hola, Cerise. Welcome, Cerise. I'm grateful that you are here. I'm grateful for Kyla. I'm grateful for Jennifer. We are in full celebration of this time. And Cerise, you're here for the first time. So but I know that you've been listening to some things so that you may be aware of some of the things that we are celebrating. And one of the things that we are celebrating is the restoration of the Iraqi people in Iraq.
Kyla says she's here with her mom.
Hola, Mama. Welcome, welcome. So before I get to that, and we're definitely gonna get to the investments and what is happening and how this change is affecting the entire world. We're seeing that on the outside, and it just depends on where you are, Right now, it depends on where you are in your mind, and it's very so important. I know that that's not really grammatically correct, but it's okay. But it's so important for people to recognize that what is happening now in the world is something that goes beyond just what you're seeing. This is now the residual of the past thoughts and actions of the entire world, right? And so all of this has to be transformed. So it has to fall. This is a rebirth, and it is truly happening for the world. And so in this time, there is going to be a lot of low vibrating energy that is just there so that it can be transformed. And it's important for our perception to be clear on what things are going on, because the shaking is happening and it's not going to stop. You know, it's like people think that a lot of people, and I don't even want to put this out there, but we know that there are a lot of people that are under the false illusion, you know, that there's a normal, that there's a, you know, going back to normal. You know, what is happening right now in the world of illusion is that false solutions are being created for the masses. And it's important to ask yourself the question, are you the masses? Are you the masses? Are you the public? And once you answer that question for yourself, if you are the masses, you must comply. You must comply because your fear will not allow you not to. And comply means that you will take a vaccine, that you will get injected, that you will do the things that you were being commanded and programmed and trained to do. And so there is no judgment in that, because everyone plays a role. And we must allow everyone to do what they were meant to do in their lives. And so we still pray, you know, because look, my way is my way. And so the whole point is for you to find your own way, in whatever way finds you comfort and peace, right? And so that's the goal. So it doesn't have to be what I say. It has to be what you say. And you're going to find that you when you start looking inside of yourself, because when you look inside of yourself, you find that connection that has always been there, that God, that divine intelligence, that force that creates everything. And so when you connect to that, you're going to know what to do all the time. So this is not about doing what somebody tells you to do. This is about doing what you know to do, because you're so grounded in that knowing and you believe it so much that you just flow in it, and it takes you where you're supposed to be. Is that place wrong or right? Like, it's your experience. It's your experience that you have to live so that you can take all of the things that you're supposed to take from this experience. And those are the things that you keep in your soul. And you're not able to take those things or to establish those things if you don't have the experience of what your life is. And that's not for somebody else to dictate. See, what's happening in the world now is that, you know, everything that people have believed is being questioned. And I'm talking about everybody. I'm not just talking about people who are quote unquote spiritual. Those of us that are quote unquote spiritual are questioning everything as well, because everything is being tested. And so you question it. And then you figure out what the solution is. You figure out what your truth is, and you go with that. Because, see, everybody is being separated by the vibration that they carry. So the world that they're creating, the thing that people are so fearful of, oh my gosh, people are so fearful of this control that they're trying to have. And they don't realize that the control has been had for hundreds and thousands of years. They've had it. They've been doing it. But it's over now, right? But here's the thing about the universe, and what a wonderful universe we exist in, is that whatever you vibrate, that's what you create. And so the people that are vibrating in fear, they're creating that. And you can't worry about trying to stop them from being fearful, because there is nothing that you could do. The only thing that you could do is exist in your knowing, right? And that in itself is going to separate you from anybody who is scared. And everything that is for you, that is meant for you, that you have earned, is going to just come pouring in. And your confirmation of that knowing is going to continue to fly you away from your old life, from everything that you've ever known. It's all gone. It's over, because it's a brand new. So you can't be attached to the old shit. It's done. It's over. It's a new world right now. Because people been waiting. They're waiting, waiting, waiting. You stay waiting. It's now. It's happening right now. So the people that are in fear are going to continuously try to bring people with them, because there's comfort in that number of people that are with you in your misery, right? So your job is to recognize where you are. You might be the only one standing in your belief, and that's okay. You got to do it, because that's the test. That's the test. Yeah, those pain surges, those fucked up ass feelings, those situations where people are dying left and right, where people are being taken away from this earth, that's part of the process. That must happen. And no matter how much you pray it away, people are still going to die. People are still going to transform. People are still going to be in misery. Your job is to decide, where are you in it? Where are you in that misery? Are you dying? Do you still have life? Here's another situation that is happening, a program that is happening in the world, is that they want everybody to be as miserable as they are. So if you are not, then you are not caring. You are not a loving person. You do not care if you do not wear a mask. You do not care about your fellow man. These are the programs that they're injecting into people, and all of your friends are saying it. Everybody's talking about it. They are enforcing a new way of being. They're doing the programming right in front of us right now as we speak. The mask is a program. The vaccine is a program. It is all a program so that they can control the ones that they can control and kill the ones that they can't. And not only kill the ones that they can't, but kill the ones that they don't need, because the vaccine is a solution for overpopulation. And what smarter way to do it than to give the people their own death sentence? Give them a little kit with pretty people saying, hey, test yourself for COVID-19 because it's the right thing to do. Take it to your house. We'll show you exactly how to do it. They're using the images of beauty and your senses and all of these great, wonderful things. They let things go back to normal. I mean, y'all seen it in movies before all this time. I don't have to tell y'all this. And so that's what's happening now. The program continues and it's never stopped. And if you're in it, you're in it. And so then you just have to recognize that it is what it is. And what it is what you decide it is, because your choice and your energy is taking you there. This social media is completely changing to be controlled. So don't expect to find me there on Facebook, on Instagram, on none of that shit. Because trust and believe that I will be done. All of that is a part of control. There's a whole nother social system that's being created, and that's by the way of your vibration and your energy, going back to the original language of humanity, which is vibration. And if you don't know it, you're not going to be able to exist there. This heaven that people have been, so scared to try to make it to, you can make it, you can get to heaven, or you can get your ass to hell. It's your choice. And a lot of people are choosing hell, and you cannot change that choice for them. The only thing that you could do is do you. Hola, Latoya. Welcome. So I made some notes. Let me go back to the what's happening in Iraq, and I'll tell y'all how that news came. So I had all of these things that are going on, and this is just from my experience and where I am. There's so much confirmation that is happening every single second. So on Tuesday, this last passing Tuesday, I entered into the portal of the Big 50. And let me just tell you that it was, when you feel a graduation, it's like you feel like you ever graduated from high school or college or anything. It's that feeling of going into something completely new and exciting, but so that was the feeling. But it was like I was just being driven, and I was being inspired, and I was listening and paying attention to everything, and everything was, just as soon as ancestors and divine gave me an inspiration to do something, I did it, and the results of what they told me to do would happen like instantaneously. So the example that I will give is this. So everybody was asking me what I wanted for my solar return. And so I was like, I don't know. I was thinking of things, I told my niece I wanted some fuzzy socks and, then so I couldn't really think of anything. And, and I'm telling, my husband, I just really want it to be different. I don't want these other things. And I want, I really want it to be something different, and I don't want anybody to worry about, what they're going to give me. So I went into meditation. And so after this meditation, I wrote this long letter to my family that then I read it to my daughter, and she was like, well, and then I said, I felt kind of corny. And she goes, well, if you don't want to be corny, then just tell them what it is that you want. So I went to everybody and I told them that what I wanted was for them to pick something, that's going to be good for them, something that makes them feel good for me, because I wanted to feel that energy. It makes me feel good when people are feeling good. And if I'm inspiring that feel good, then I know that I'm going to get a buzz and a high, like I'm, floating. So that's what I wanted. And so, it was like selfishly unselfish, right? And so I did that, and, I shared it with a few people and told a couple of friends. And so then on that day, we went to my favorite tree, and it was just like that. It was just like a super duper magical day. And so that day, I learned that the people of Iraq had been, no, that's when I learned about the auto. Was it when I learned about the Autobahns? Was it on my birthday? Or
No,
we were past that, right?
Yeah. It's a number of things.
Yeah, I can't even. I sent you guys the video of the things that are happening in Iraq and the things that are happening in that country, and it's happening all over the world. This is a global change that is happening for the world, for humanity. And so when I got that message, I was just really, I was really excited, about the things that were happening, and it was all that I needed. And so then that evening, things just kept coming up and more information coming, and just the realization of what I've always known, and the feeling of that knowing, and it was just the most amazing thing that happened, right? And so it doesn't stop there, because we're still, the week is not over. This is all the middle of the week. So when this universal light card was pulled, I'm pretty sure that I shared it. But what really came to a whole today was that on this alignment that's happening, this conjunction with Jupiter and Saturn, there's going to be a light that's going to be seen. They're calling it, some people are calling it the Christmas light. This is what I got, was that this is the equivalent, or this is what some people have been waiting for, the return of Jesus. This is that. On that night, we're going to be able to see that alignment very clearly from everywhere all over the world. As this alignment happens, the shift goes into high speed. And so what's going to be happening during this time, feelings of all of this death, all of this destruction, we're going to start feeling the rise of the new on a global scale. We're going to be seeing countries exchanging and their currencies being restored. We're going to be seeing ideas developing. We're going to be seeing all of these new independent thinkers come and thrive. All of this stuff is going on, and all of this stuff is being born by what is happening right now. Yes, indeed, your pain, your suffering, your sadness is bringing you to that place of, what does the world need? What does humanity need? How do I fit into that? What can I create to help? What can I do? And so all of this comes from this pain, right? It's just transforming of energy. We can't take it all personal about what pain is. Yes, it hurts. It's supposed to hurt. Our emotional guidance system does very good at doing what it's supposed to do. When things feel good, they feel real good. And when they feel bad, they could feel real fucked up. So that's the way that it's supposed to be, and is that way for a reason. We have to be able to step outside of ourselves and utilize our vessels and be logic and be balanced. We have to use both our heart and our mind in order to be whole, in order to be unified with that God. We have to do that. And this is the time to do that. This alignment with the spiritual and the physical is going to become so much easier after the 21st and on. So release any expectation of this being, and it's funny because as I say, release any expectation, release it and expect it. You know what I mean? Because this is anything that you can imagine to happen will happen. And the greatest things that you've never imagined will happen. And that's what's happening in the world. It's a matter of what are you getting plugged into. If you are plugged into low vibrating energy, it's gonna stick with you. It's going to stick with you. There's enough low vibrating energy that we bring upon by our own energy all the time, right? That we have to balance and manage. So when we connect to another person's suffering or sorrow, then now we're connected in that world. And if we don't connect fully, then they're going to say that we don't care or that we're less of a person and that how horrible and cold are we. It's all good. Get that tough skin because you're going to need it. Because there's going to be a lot of people that are not going to make it on the ship. And you can't be sad about that. You can't be mad about it. One thing that I will say, when it comes to the investment of the Iraqi dinar, my husband has shared it. I have shared it. I've learned through the process of sharing that everything is earned. I've learned that those that have ears to hear, let them hear. I've learned all of that because my heart was taking me to places. My husband's heart took him to his friends and family gifting these gifts of, foreign exchange currencies that he has faith in and believes in. But that's his faith and his belief. And so, but what it did was it also released him of any responsibility or that pull that comes from people that recognize that there's been a change or a shift. And now they say, hey, come help me. Look, I need this. You weren't listening. I helped as much as I could. I did what I was able to do, what came from my heart to do. Now it's time to move on because everybody has to play their role and they have to go through what they go through. And there is a reason for absolutely everything. So you cannot feel bad when somebody, you give advice and they don't take it. It has to be good enough for you that you gave it, that you did what you were called to do. And that has to be enough because it is not your responsibility what another person does with the information. It is not. And you have to know this because see, people think, they're starting to get this Christmas spirit and this energy is so powerful and it's so strong. This energy that's happening is so strong and it's working at whatever level you are at. So if it's low, it's working there. If it's high, it's working there. So this energy is going to be pulling everything into perspective and giving light to absolute everything on December 21st. And December 21st is going to be the day where you are going to be tested, where you are going to be called to know exactly where it is that you stand. I would say know that now. You know what I'm saying? If you know it now and you know what's up and you know what it is, then on that day you can celebrate what it is that you have manifested because you've already manifested it in your heart and mind. So celebrate on that day because that amplification is going to last from now because it's already happening. These energies are already in alignment. They're already going into alignment, I should say. They're already going into alignment. So we're feeling all of those movements. We're feeling all of it. That's what it's looking like in your life. I go from what 1 week, this is in a week's time, everything in my life has transformed and continues in a week's time. And I'm talking about in my life, in my mind, in my world, and see what is to come, what is being seen in the physical. Oh, that's just what happened yesterday. What's happening today? Oh, it's going to be felt all over the world because it's being felt now. And those that are on that same frequency and vibration are going to know, right? Because they're going to be there in their own way as well. It's not that they're going to be in the same room as me and we're going to be in the same place. You're going to be in the same vibration of millions, billions of people all around the world. And not a word has to be spoken for this to happen. It is a vibration that's going to be felt throughout the world. And yes, there's going to be a lot of tears, a lot of heartfelt, a lot of emotion. Of course, this is all part of it. But this is your test. This is your test. Who are you? Who are you going to be? What are you contributing? What do you believe in? All of this is being tested right now. Hola, Ebony. Okay. So did we go to ultimately what the news was in Iraq? Is there anything that you want to clarify that I know?
Oh no,
I
I was
didn't
just saying
really.
that it was just been, man, it's good that you put it up on the site because it's just been more and more and more each day. Yeah, I saw that. I think we just learned. Yeah, you learned about the German car dealers
Mm-hmm.
coming into Iraq. That was on 11:30.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think another video came out the next day. You know, it's pretty much saying that everybody is talking about it and everybody is being very forthcoming that this is going to happen within like their government and their financial people and their economists and so forth and so on. So that's one of the major things. And then another video is
what?
What?
When that information came, that was the next day. We were watching My Teenage Felon Life, whatever that show is.
Yeah.
And then the person,
felon.
I was a teenage felon, and the person who the story was about happened to be from Iraq.
Yeah.
And so to the average person, that would be like a coincidence. To us, we knew that it was confirmation of the news that we had just received and what is happening.
Yeah.
And so, and then it just continued, and then just more confirmation, and and so it's just been a very, because once you know there, it's like, you have faith for so long, right? But there's a point where that's different than the faith. The faith carries you through.
I would say, yeah, the things like they're saying that the lower denoms are already in the ATMs and the Treasury is talking to the bank and telling them that they have a date that this has to be done, and the fact that the people in Kurdistan that have markets and do goods and services, they have to change their prices over to accommodate this situation by a certain date or they're going to get shut down.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, it's certain things that are being implemented that that means that this is a sure thing at this point.
Yeah.
Like it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when.
And it is not too late to invest in the dinar. Some people were getting their foreign currency today.
Yeah.
So if you are just listening to this for the first time, you want to go to last week for sure. Solution put the links on for its Currency Exchange International, and there was a couple of videos on there that he put the links to that are also inside of the study group in the video section. You can check out some videos in there, so that and just it's important for you to know that having your skin in the game, doing your own investments is important, because it is like unlocking a door, right? It is not about that particular investment. It's that when you make an investment and you have faith in it, you start to receive the information that comes with taking that leap of faith. And so now you start receiving information in other areas that are just opening your mind to a whole new arena, because you made a financial decision. So now this energy that's coming back is in the realm of finance. So the ideas and the opportunities that you're going to get are going to be things that will happen that are going to help advance your finance. So the actual investment in itself is not really about the actual investment. And I say that to say that there were people that have been in this investment for over 15 years. There are people that are now ancestors because they weren't able to make it to the end of the line. Well, to what some think is the end of the line, but this is just the beginning, and they know it. And that's why and they know that they keep coming back. We keep coming back. Eternal beings, Ache. So it was a long road for them. It was a long road for us. We will only been in it for going on 5 years. So our investment is a different energy, and it's a different experience than the people that have been investing in 15 years. They had to go through their process as we had to go through ours, as the people that are getting the information now and are acting on it. Ache, ache, ache. And to you, you earned it. You earned it to be able to get this now and do this now and receive it now. So, but this is about recognizing that patience is a huge part of this process. Because, see, there are people that, because they've waited for so long and they've been waiting, they've created dire situations, they're not going to be able to even get to the point where it actually comes, because that frustration and anticipation and that low vibrating energy of fear, it's not happen, I don't know if it's going to happen, and all of these energies that people create, they play out. They play out. And so an important thing to know is that, for me, the ancestors were telling me things were good, because it was to a point where I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many things to do, so much that has to be changed in the world. When is this going to happen? And I'm feeling antsy and frustrated. And then it was shown to me, it's like the ancestors, they'll give you a swift kick in the butt. And then they show you Iraq. And they show you situations where people are living lives that you can't even fathom. And it makes you say, how dare I even think about impatience? How dare I even think that something needs to happen right now because I said it needs to happen right now, because I feel like it, or I want it to, or I need to get these boots or these purse or this car or this house or whatever. So it really gives you a different perspective of what is, right? And so in order for you to be able to receive what you truly feel that you've earned in the highest vibration, you have to be able to flow through these low energies and know how to balance them so that you can get the reward. So see, just because you have Iraqi dinar and Vietnamese dong and silver and all of the gold and all of these things, that does not mean that you're going to maintain your wealth. Absolutely not. Your wealth is determined by who you believe yourself to be, by your recognition of who you are. That's where your wealth is. That's what an infinionaire is. A person that attracts wealth infinitely because they live in their passion. They know that they are direct extensions of infinite intelligence, and it is always available to them. They know that. They live by that knowing. If you don't know it, you will get crushed. Because if you don't know it, you're believing something else. And that something else that you're believing is what you've been programmed to believe. So you could get this dinar and this dong and these riches. But if you are not knowing how to transform that fear is going to liquidate your assets. So you can't skip the process. You can't jump and get there. I'm sure there's a lot of people that feel like, they got enough proof now, because now there's a lot of proof out there of what's going on with this investment. But it is absolutely falling and will continue to fall into the wrong hands. Right. But we can't worry about those wrong hands, because those wrong hands they're not going to be able to keep it. You cannot keep what you have not earned, and you will always get what you earned. So do yourself a favor. Save yourself the time of trying to convince the blind to see, and focus on what you can create with the information that you received, with the newfound wealth that you have, because you have it now, and start focusing on what it is that you're going to create with it. Because let me tell you, December 21st, 2020 at 2 p.m. I don't know if it's 2 p.m. Eastern or Standard Time. I don't know. We'll have to figure that one out, but it's okay, because the energy is going to last forever. This beam of light that is coming onto the planet is for our benefit. It is said that when the planets align in this manner, it is the power and the capacity of a full moon, the energy of a full moon, right? So that means that if it's something, an energetic alignment that hasn't happened in 800 years and has the same power of what happens when we work with the moon and when we, celebrate our accomplishments and what we know is coming in the full moon, then imagine what's going to happen December 21st, 2020, winter solstice. Oh, it's going to be fantastical and divine, but you better know it. You better know that the other side, The people that are creating the world that they have created, they're going to turn it on. They're going to be on 10. Are we on 10 yet? I've been on 10. All that. Yeah. They're going to have it all the way up. All the way up. So you better know where you're at. You better have your grounding. You better get disconnected from your family, from your friends, from anyone that is not matching the frequency that you are wanting for yourself. Because if they are not on a high vibrating frequency and you put yourself in that position, you will be drowned in the force. So you just have to know where you stand. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing to be scared of. Scared and all that energy, that's what they've been using. That's what's been happening. So let me tell you something else, because the story continues. The magnificence of the story continues. So through the process I've had, I pulled cards. I decided that on this deck of the chakras by Rachel Charman, Acheta Rachel, that I wanted to familiarize myself with them authentically and just pull one every day. And so every day so far, I've been pulling a different one. But there's certain ones that really stand out. And they all really do stand out. But there's certain ones that I'm like, I don't get it because, I'm doing this and I've been doing so well. And then, of course, the universe says, well, how about you look over here? And so I got one for communication. And my daughter and I both got one for communication. And it was just really interesting, all of the things that happened throughout the time once you pull the card and the card comes and then they show you. And so the card that I pulled for today was the card of, it was funny because I was asking before I pulled the card, I was saying, could you just, there's a lot going on in the world. And tonight I'm going to be, sharing with everybody. I'm celebrating because I've just been on this high. And so what is it that you want me to share? What is it that you want me to know? And so I pulled the card of the, oh goodness, what was the card that I pulled? The Ascended Masters. The Ascended Masters was the card that I pulled. And so I'll read you guys what the Ascended Masters card is all about. But the Ascended Masters, well, you know what? Let me go ahead and read it to you first and then tell you what happened, because then it's going to make a lot more sense. I'm glad I put the phone down. Did y'all hear all that funkiness that was happening, that was going on? That was for the microphone. Oh, Solution put on there the currency exchange information for those of you that are there. Okay.
Yeah, matter of fact, on the card too, I did put that there. Definitely available on currency exchange, but you might be able to get it at a better price at your bank if you're at Chase, Wells Fargo, because someone said they was able to get it at Chase today on a call. So,
oh, okay.
So yeah.
So definitely try your bank if you can try your bank.
Yeah, first. Yeah.
But before I go into this, I just want to close out with the whole patient situation. That is really important. It's really, really very important, and that you remember that through this process, because this process, when you start getting into the whole financial system, is going to test you at every level, because what you're doing is you're breaking patterns of poverty conscious mentality. And so you have to be gentle with yourself and be patient with yourself. Okay, so I pulled the card. The card was not actually Ascended Masters. It's Angels and Masters was the card, and it was number 33 for the soul chakra. And I told you guys already the soul star chakra, what that's about. So it says, you have called this powerful card into your awareness today to remind you that the angels and Ascended Masters are with you at this time. We all have loving beings from the spirit world guiding and offering wisdom and healing as we take our life journey. At different times, angels come to assist and offer specific messages and guidance. You may have been experiencing difficulties and challenges as of late, and the angels want you to know that you are not alone and that they are doing everything in their power to assist you from the spirit world. You are also being guided at this time by the Ascended Masters. The Ascended Masters are souls that resonate on the higher vibrational plane of existence and hold within them the divine power, love, and wisdom of the universe. They have individual jobs to fulfill in the universe and have unique energies and gifts to share and offer. For example, Mother Mary holds and resonates the energy of divine love and compassion, which is also Kuan Yin and Isis, I believe. You may like to find out more information on the masters and tune into your spirits to see who is guiding you at this time. You also have the archangels around you. The archangels are powerful light beings that are here to guide you and assist you in your life right now. You are encouraged to take a little time out from your everyday world and go within to connect to these beautiful, loving guides that have an abundance of love and wisdom to share with you. Know that they have your back and you have nothing to worry about. You are blessed and protected always. Your prayers have been answered and you are not alone. Take a moment to hand over any stress or concerns to the angels and masters for transformation and fill your heart and mind with love and healing that is offered in return. The affirmation to this one is angels and masters guide my way with love, truth, and integrity. And so this was the one that I asked for the study session tonight. So this is for us, this is for you, this is for real. And so I got my confirmation on this card today because right after I read the card, I'm like, going on about my day. Someone else mentions about December 21st, 2020. And so just know that this is not information that I've been like studying all year long to come, to deliver this to you today. What I'm sharing with you today, I got today. Okay, I've gotten confirmation of what it was earlier. I just wasn't aware fully of what they were talking about or what this was until today. And so when after I read this card, I go on and I meet this lady and I put the video in the video section so you guys could check out it's the conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn. So check that out and check her out. So today was my first experience with her. And so as I'm listening to her, she's breaking down the astrology and the cosmos of how the planets are aligned and what's happening in 2021, because I was looking for information that would give me the scientific version of what's happening with the planetary alignments so that I can get an understanding, comprehension of what it is and get my own feeling and vibration of what is being interpreted through that knowledge. And then I went a little further and I said, well, let me see what is happening by somebody that could astrologically understand it, because that's not my field like that. So I turned to they led me to Molly. And so Molly starts talking about, the planetary alignment and what's going to be happening from now to January. And, everything that she was talking about, I was able to confirm it by information that I had received. And, this energy that I had, this premonition, that I had. And so then she's talking about how Jupiter is going to be with Saturn and they're going to be in Saturn throughout the whole entire year, and that a shakeup is going to be going on. January is going to be really crazy for 2021 because the currencies are going to be shifting. All of these things are happening, global resets. And so the language that she was speaking was language that I am very familiar with. And so as soon as she started speaking and started saying these things, immediately I got this information that she is 33, angels and mastered. The card came immediately. So I knew, and I know how they get down. It's like as soon as they give you information, they confirm it, something comes. It's never ever happened to me this quickly, and it's been happening this quickly since the solar eclipse. As soon as the solar eclipse hit, then it was like just magical shit just started happening all over the place. And look, let me tell you that 2020 has been magical for one since day one of 2020. And we started, you guys could go back on all the studies of master vibration when the Corona 5G, whatever was let out, and they started doing all of that. And it's like, it's just been such an inspiring and such a magnificent time that here now, like, I am celebrating, and the celebration don't stop. I don't care what happens. The celebration continues. I know how to get back on my horse. I don't care what happens. It does not matter to me because it is part of the process. Like I was thinking this today, just today, as I was coming in to the shed. I don't know what happened, but it just made me think of transitioning in that moment. What if I was gone in this moment? And in that moment, I was just like, oh, it was because I started feeling like this weird electricity in my legs, which I've been feeling a lot lately. And I have the confirmation. I know that I'm being worked on, and I know that my body is being prepared for this new dimension that we are existing in, that we are creating. And so I recognize those things, and it's always electricity. I always tell my husband that I feel like I'm being electrocuted, and even now it's still a different feeling. It's like a sensation that it feels like wow, that my legs were leaving, and I started thinking about my brother. But okay, so it was a sensation. It's a sensation like that, and I know that I'm being prepared. And now I forgot what it was that I was gonna. What was my point in saying all that I started to say, y'all? That's how it happens sometimes. Do you remember? You don't remember. No. The ascended masters, the angels, how they come and they communicate in all directions, in all ways. You got to be open to it. I don't think that's what it. Oh, okay. Wait, it's coming. It's coming. Okay. All right. So then I was feeling the thing on my legs.
You were just saying you were thinking about transitioning.
Yeah. Okay. There. Thank you, Papi. So I knew, because I was like, well, I know that if I were to leave today, my family knows what's up. And they already know that I'm always here and will always be here. And it's just time for the next. I graduated. I would feel like I graduated. And I would absolutely want no sadness and no missing, because I'm always here and always going to be here. And don't get it twisted, because look, this little vessel here going to be here for a minute. I learned that our vessels are created to last 150 years. And I'm about to prove that. All my life, I've been having proof. All of these ancestors, these living ancestors that have been showing me what happens and what you could do when you treat yourself right. So it's like, I already know. I already got the solution. Solution.
There it is. You got the solution. You always had it.
Yep.
It's within all of us.
That's right. It surely is.
Yep.
So I completed that one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So where we at? We're
just about appreciating where you are, and thinking about transitioning. Yeah, you have to live in the now and be appreciative of every breath, and know that you're making the most of every second.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. That's what's important. Being in the now. And it's like, definitely I have been, that little brat that's just like, why ain't it happened? Well, I believe it. Or see, here's what happened too. A lot of people, especially when we get into the mystical world and we interpret things. And so you pull a card and you get so fulfilled by the energy that card is bringing. And then you get mad because that shit didn't happen as soon as you stop reading the card. You know what I'm saying? You're like, well, where's it at then? Right. Well, why didn't it already happen if this is so good? If I'm so fantastic and great, then why am I feeling so jacked up right now? Right. And that's the test right there. That's the process. That's what you need to transform, and you need to work on your patience, because good things come to those who wait, and everything happens when it's supposed to happen. And if it is not happening in your time, then that means that you got to do some more work. And when you start looking at it like that, it's going to change your life. It's like, I remember, okay, just as far as my physical being and my health journey, let me just say this. First of all, thank you to all of you guys. Yes, I have lost some pounds. Don't know how much. Not really interested in finding out like that. I'm sure I will one day. But it is about knowing that even me, I'm like, I hold myself to high standards. And so I'm like, I'm doing this and I'm doing that and I'm eating right and I'm exercising. And so why am I not losing the weight? I don't understand what's happening. It's like, I don't need a lot. I don't need but then when you start paying attention, and the one thing that I did, what I do, y'all know what I did. I stopped the sugar, because Solution stopped the sugar. And look, he starts looking like a daggone model, all chiseled. And I'm watching him like, and he's a man, so it happens faster. So it's like, he just stopped the sugar and look what happened. Right. And so that next month I made the commitment to do that. And I did it. I made that commitment in my mind. I thought it was going to be hard, and it wasn't. I thought it was going to be hard only for a second. I had that thought and I transformed it, and I knew that it was going to be easy. And I was intending it. I was visualizing it I was preparing for it to be easy. And it was easy. It was way easier than what I thought it ever could be. And so I continued. And yes, I did have birthday cake, and I didn't stay as strict as I was in the first 2 months, but it's something that I'm implementing in my, like, it's like, okay, so I had birthday cake for my birthday. I'm done with that. Like, I don't need next time it's going to be something completely different if I have something like that. But I also don't beat myself up for making the decisions that I choose to make when I make those decisions. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it is what it is, but I learned what I needed to learn, and I knew what I know what I have to do. And it was proof that it's like, if you don't put the whole situation into full effect, like if you're getting your Oregon energy batteries and your devices and all of your tools, but you're not meditating, like, that shit ain't gonna work. Like, yeah, you'll probably feel good, and you'll always be inspired, and you'll get, different things will happen from it, but you will not get the results that you are looking for if you are not taking time to detach from the matrix. You won't. That's just what it is. And so you can't psych the formula. It's like, you can't have a great body, right, if you're not doing the work to maintain that. It just doesn't happen. This whole, okay, y'all tell me y'all can't point out a fake booty as soon as you see it. You know when it's not real. You know when it's not authentic. Now, there's some good ones that they put out there. Kardashian, she had a good one when she first started. But see, then she went overboard. Bitch wanted to look like a pea. So that's what she did. So it's like, it's just crazy. But we see it and we know it. And it's just proof that when it's not authentic, you know it. You feel it. You can't hide it. And now it's happening more than ever. So tonight was meant to help you find that space that you need to be in so that you could prepare for December 21st. It is not too late to change anything. It doesn't matter if this is your first day here today, if this is the first time ever that you had any kind of awareness of anything. Look, it's in the moment. As soon as you want things to happen, they will happen. So this is not about having to have been, put X amount of years on nothing or anything like that. This is about knowing right now that the 21st ain't no joke. And see, we have already been working on it. We've been reading the metaphysical interpretation of the Bible. We have been, going through different spaces and discovering new things and, receiving a lot of information and putting a lot of things into action. And so we were prepared to receive this information today. And so I definitely, through the celebration of what's happening in Iraq and what this means for us, I didn't want us to lose sight on the fact that the work continues. We're not done. 2021, oh my gosh, they got doozies out there ready for the people. And so we just have to stay grounded in who we know that we are. I'm so glad that you guys were able to make it live today. I feel the love. I'm sending it right back to you. Solution, is there anything that we didn't share that we should share? If you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and put it in the chat.
No, I think you covered it quite thoroughly with your notes.
Cool. Let me just,
what point.
Is that 53 or 58?
58.
That's
59.
59. Okay. So I just need to go over my notes real quick. So, make room for the new. Okay. Yep. All right. I'm probably gonna put some notes in the more notes in the study group during the week, where I might come back with another podcast in the middle of the week. Well, I know we're coming together again on Sunday for study again, so we'll finish there. You guys have a great, fantastic weekend. I love you all. Take advantage of this time. Solution. ¿Qué dices?
Get your currency.
Get your currency.
No matter how much you get, it's going to be a change. And when you have your own, you can't be mad with somebody saying, well, I'm going to get you what you need. You're going to be like, well, damn it, I want you to give me what you want. So you have to get your currency so you can get
what you want. Yes, ache.
That's what you say.
There it is. Adios, everyone. When I feel the sound of music vibrating in me, I take hold of the energy and ride the frequency. My soul makes the melody of my life, so I must see. Every tune that comes through me brings balance to my being. I have the power to change the direction in me through sound. I have the power to change the direction in me through my mind. I am creation, I am animation, I am the brightest vibrant star in all of the constellations. I am zip, pepper, sass, sponge, bounce, moxie, mojo, whatever you call it. I am. Ajay, 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 Ajay. Ajay, 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 Ajay. Ajay, 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 Ajay. Ajay, 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 Ajay. Ajay, Ajay, 13, Ajay, 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 13, Ajay. Ajay, Ajay. Ajay, 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 13, Ajay, 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 13, Ajay. Ajay, Ajay. Ajay, 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 13, Ajay, 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 13.